to be so transparent, I've tried to record like 4 different videos, actually 5 over the previous week, but I couldn't find a topic I really like to talk about. And I also feel like I record these videos of topics I want to talk about and I don't really like how they come out. But I really want to post something because I want to commit to something. So I'm kind of just gonna talk about my week, I guess. My sister, oh, you know what? I'll definitely talk about something. Last week, my sister gave birth to her 7th child, which is a lot, personally. It was a lot for me to handle. I mean, like, I'm always gonna be there for my sister. If she needs help with something, I'll be there immediately, no questions asked. But it was 12 o'clock at night, and they called me over to watch their 6 kids. I stayed up till 4 a.m. watching my autistic niece punch me in the head because she didn't want to go to bed, right? Which is okay. But it didn't help me because I was really nervous about my sister, and I was like having full-blown panic attacks, and then my niece is like beating me up. She's fighting me. She's actually really strong. Like, it's scary. Autistic kids are no joke, bro. They are not a joke. Like, my niece came out the womb with a 6-pack. She's built. And she's not nice. She's not nice. Either way, I was like panicking that whole night. And I was trying to force myself to like self-regulate, you know, kind of calm my nervous system down. But in a situation like that, it's like, what do I do? You know what I mean? It's like I'm panicking, I'm crying, I'm trying to breathe it out. I'm counting my breaths to 100, and I can't even think of a single thing to do. Like, this is just one of the things I kind of had to go through and just sleep it off. And holy cow, like, it took a whole 12 hours probably for me to like finally regulate. And then I found myself like getting rid of all the emotion after painting a random room in my house, because I don't know why, but that always seems to help me when I crash out. But that's like been my start to 2026, and I don't know. I mean, I just started classes today too. That was life, I guess. Like, I ran into like 3 ops. I chose to sit next to one. Why? Because I didn't know what I was doing. I walked into my class, saw every seat was full except for this one next to this kid I do not like, and I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll just sit next to him. And then I went through the lecture and I still didn't like him. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, whatever. And I just told him, I was like, I'm probably gonna drop this class because I don't like you. You know what, I'm gonna move to the back and pretend I don't see you, honestly. And people at my school be testing me every day. I mean, it's okay. It's okay, but it's not okay, but it'll be okay. Maybe. Nah, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. But it's like, when you're going through these things where it's like, you feel like you're getting tested every day, it's really hard to see the positive through it. And as you guys have watched, last semester, my friend passed away too. So it's like, I feel as though ever since I came up for college, everything's kind of been falling apart. Not even just here, like up here, like the college I'm going to is definitely not for me, no offense. But I am switching back to like my college in my hometown because I don't know, this place is just not for me. And that's okay to admit sometimes, you know, just realizing something is not for you, that's okay, you know. I've given it a year. I gave grades like last semester, you know, I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be hopeful for it. Sometimes you gotta give up that hope. I don't want to say that in a rude way, but like, give hope to another circumstance. Give your time to something else. You know, if that guy is not texting you back after a week, give it to something else. Sometimes you just gotta let a situation go and give it to God, you know. It's like that with my sister's kid. I mean, I was just like, I talked to my elderly neighbor about it because she's like my grandma at this point. But was talking to her about it, and we're discussing the situation, and I guess part of it is like it's hard to accept the reality that's already taken place. I can't do anything about it. I can't like force the baby back into the womb and kick it out into outer space, right? Like I just can't do that. That's not possible. And like I love the kid already, but it's just kind of hard to accept reality as it is. Like even when my friend passed away, it's kind of hard to accept, like I can't text him, I can't see him, I won't see him ever again. And I kind of left off with him on bad terms, which I was really upset about, and I'm still honestly upset about. But it happened, and it's unfortunate, but it may potentially continue to happen as well. I can never go back and reverse time. I can never change what already took place. So I was talking to my neighbor about this, it's hard to accept these situations that have already happened. And she was like, well, you know what? All you need to do is just pray and give it up to God, because you can't do anything about it. I was like, yeah, I can't. And she's like, so honestly, just focus on you. That's what God would want. And give it up to God. Let God deal with it. And honestly, I think that's like one of the best things I've ever heard, because I kind of forget you can just push something else to like an external source. Sometimes we use a lot of excuses from like external things. Like anytime, or even with like my videos, like I could have fixed the problem probably a week ago if I caught it earlier, but I didn't. And I actually thought I uploaded all my photos, because I don't know if I said this, but I've been trying to film a video for like weeks. Not weeks. I've been trying to film a video for like days. And my storage was full. And I downloaded, or I got more storage, and it kept saying it was full. And so I downloaded my photos to like another storage thing, another storage input, right? And then I deleted all my photos. It said still full. Like it wouldn't accept anything. It was so frustrating. I was just like, what the heck? But sometimes hearing stuff like that, being like, oh, well, I couldn't do it because, my storage was full, or I couldn't like do it because, I didn't feel like the video was good. It kind of sounds like someone saying, I couldn't go to the gym because, my sister's balding, bro. It's all falling out. I couldn't go to the gym. It just sounds ridiculous. Like, step up. Come on. I think external issues are just excuses that we use. And sometimes it's true. Like my sister giving birth, that was an emergency, but that only lasted a day. The mental retaliation from it definitely lasted more than a day, but that's like a personal thing. That was just because it was hard for me to accept the situation. And it already happened. Mind you, my sister only told me she was pregnant 2 months before she gave birth. Maybe 2 to 3 months. There was really no warning. It was just like, out. Welcome, baby of January 2026. Fresh start into the world and into my year. Congrats to me. But in the end, sometimes we have to stop using external things as an excuse and just more of a thing to give it up to. I gotta go to the gym because my sister is balding, bro. She is. I gotta film that video because my storage is full. It just is full. I can't deal with it. If I don't want to deal with it, just give it up to something else. Honestly, push it on to something external. Be like, dude, I failed that test. I gotta do better because my friend has diabetes. Honestly, make it not make sense till it makes sense. Like, self-regulation too. I swear, I be doing the weirdest things to like regulate myself. Like, after my sister gave birth, right, I had to go paint a wall. Why? I don't know. Sometimes you just have to do something because your mind calls to it, and it's actually a sense of like healing. It's like those weird pregnancy cravings you get. The body knows what it needs. The mind knows what it needs too. And I'm not saying like go back to your ex because your mind needs it. No, baby. You need to find something else. Come on. We don't go backwards, we go forwards. You want to blame it I need to go to the gym because my ex is balding too. Okay, use that as your excuse. Honestly, we need to stop using external things as excuses and just use it as a random reason. I think that's really the way it's going to help you out, because motivation is not going to work out here. Like, there is no motivation. I don't think motivation even really exists. You can be passionate about something and still want to sleep in one day. Sometimes you just got to get up and do it. That's the hardest thing, because then it's forced out of necessity. And it doesn't really trigger you out of your safe space either, because it's hard to do things when you don't feel safe, right? But this isn't because you don't feel safe or because you feel safe. It's just because you got to do it. You know, I got to do it because my sister just had a kid. Does that have anything to do with me? Nope. Is that a reason why to not do something either? Nope. Just make the reason. Honestly, yeah, I got to do this because, you know, my dad, his blood pressure is too high. Yeah. I just got to do it. Yeah, I had to paint that wall. Why? I don't know. But it helped me. It helped me. You know, there's some people, like, some things I've seen for nervous system regulation is even eating an orange in a cold shower. Why'd you do that? I don't know. I don't know why someone would do that. Especially because you're peeling the orange too. That doesn't sound appealing at all. That doesn't sound appetizing. But some people do. In the winter, after like I finally left my mom's house, I would jump in the pool, in my pool at my dad's house with all my clothes on. Why? I don't know. I really could not tell you. Like, I don't understand half the things I did, but afterwards I felt so much better. And I think it's that mental clarity that you get afterwards from doing something so weird, so out of character, that kind of just makes you rethink on the whole situation. And I'm not saying you have to go like egg your ex's house and then think about it. If you plotted something, you obviously didn't do it out of like a random burst, you know? And that was definitely intentional if you did something like that. So I'm saying you just kind of got to do something weird that you know but you don't know is gonna help you, you know. And sometimes it might make it worse, you know. Sometimes you might do something and you might think, ooh, I really should have not done that, but you grew from it, you know. I did some things I'm not proud of. That's okay. I'll live with it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna wake up with myself the next day and I'm gonna have to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I did that. And you gotta own it. You gotta own it, no matter how bad or how good it is, because there's a wide range to everybody. And so honestly, just do it. Just do that weird thing that you've been kind of craving for a while. Like, if you want to do it, just go do it. That's honestly it. And this video was kind of a ramble. I'm sorry about that. But hopefully I get something better. Otherwise, hopefully you guys' 2026 has been going well. Mine's definitely been... It's been interesting. It's been authentic and unique. Anyways, I hope your guys' 2026 is going well. I've heard a lot of issues for a lot of people. I'm a little bit scared of 2026 so far, but I got hope. I'm gonna keep doing weird stuff to balance it out and feel better. And I hope you guys can find the weird stuff too.